Right, so I think we'll make a start now. So thanks everyone for joining us for our virtual subject information sessions. So my name is Sophie and I'm a designer and digital marketing coordinator here at East Coast College. So just to make you all aware that we will be recording the session. It's just give the opportunity for students that were unable to attend this evening to view the session again. In this session, so we'll be covering everything about uniformed public services, and we're joined by Matt this evening, who's going to talk to us about that and answer any of the questions that you may have. So throughout the session, if you do have any questions, there's just a small box at the bottom of your screen. So pop all of your questions in there and we can visit them at the end. So I'll hand over to Matt, who's going to talk to you about all things uniform public services.
Okay, Sophie, thank you for that. Hello, good evening, everyone. Like I said, my name is Matt. Just a brief intro about myself. I've recently finished 22 years in the Royal Air Force when I was an aircraft technician. Obviously, I'm now taking over as part of the public services at East Coast College, Lowestoft campus, and I'll be teaching levels 2, 3 and 4. Right, okay, so on the screen there, you'll see some of the courses we've offered. We also do a sport and public services level 1 course and the level 2 course and the level 3 course. Typically what students will do, they'll start off at maybe at level 2, sometimes at level 3, which is all depending on what grades you achieve at school. However, were you to begin at level 2, you do a year at level 2 and then you come on to the level 3 course, which is a 2-year course. So you could potentially be in the college for 3 years across both of these groups. So see on the screen, so if you're considering a career in the exciting uniform services industry, then these courses are for you. You will gain a good insight into the knowledge, skills and qualities required to join a public service. Okay, before I talk about what we will study, so what is a public service? So this could be the sort of blue light services, so it could be police, fire service. We also look at the prison service, not so much the medical side of things, but we also look at the military as well. So British Army, Royal Navy, Royal Air Force, some look at joining the Royal Marines as well. So we offer quite a wide sort of wide group of options really. Currently we have, obviously myself being ex-RAF, we have an ex-Royal Navy instructor and we also have an ex-police instructor. So we've got a wide sort of range of experience levels, so we can pretty much accommodate whatever you're looking to join. So if you're maybe looking to join the fire service, don't be put off by the fact that we're not an ex-fireman, just we do have a lot of the knowledge for that as well. So looking back on the screen, so you'll study aspects including physical fitness, leadership, health and safety, equality and diversity, map reading and navigation, adventurous activities, government and policies, understanding discipline and team working and problem solving. So physical aspects, yeah, we do at least 1 session per week with physical fitness. Physical fitness is a massive part of the public services. You'll be expected to pass a variety of tests, of pre-joining tests. And if you do move into the public services, you will actually have to carry out fitness tests on an annual basis. We do a lot of leadership skills as well. Whether you're a junior rank or a senior rank in the public services, you all have to display different levels of leadership. So we will speak to you about the different types of leadership styles and how they can work in different situations. Health and safety is important, whatever role you go into. So even if you study this course and you don't move into the public services, and if you go off to do something else, health and safety is across all disciplines. Okay, as is equality and diversity. It's very much the current thing out in the world work at the moment. Map reading and navigation. Again, we do sort of practical exercises for that. We'll look at taking you off sort of different places, depending on how far we go afield. And in the past, they've gone off to places like Snowdon. They've done map reading there. Do look at life courses. They go to Air Force bases, Royal Marines bases. So we can look at sort of navigation out in the wilds. Again, this leads on to our adventurous activities. This year has been a difficult year. However, next year, as we move out of lockdown, we'll be looking to reintroduce all of these more interesting sort of adventurous activities. We look at things like government and policies. may seem a little bit dry, but it's sort of very sort of relevant knowledge for you in there. So basically, how does the government, look after the armed forces, the blue light services? How do they run? So we'll talk about how they're organised, rank structure, such things like that. Discipline is massive across all forces. Discipline is not being told off. Discipline is having the strength and the willpower to do the right thing, and we'll teach you how it is, why it's important to have discipline, and also the bottom there, team working and problem solving. You will not be an individual in the public services. You'll have to work as part of a larger team. Okay, so we'll teach you different types of that. We'll put you in different situations, practical activities, a little bit of theory as well. Okay, can I go next slide, please, Sophie? So progression routes. So our courses will fully prepare you for higher education, employment, or an apprenticeship. So I'll pick up on higher education first. As I mentioned, we are looking to do a level 4 qualification as well. So you could maybe do a couple of years at level 3, and then you decide, you want to go a little bit further. And the higher education we're currently offering is level 4, which is the equivalent of the first year of a degree. And East Coast College run in partnership with the University of Suffolk. So the level 4 course, you have to pay for it. However, you do get student financial support for that as well. Okay, and I say that is the first year of a degree. Could progress into employment. If you have 2 people and going for one job within, say, a careers office, and one walks in and says, yes, I've done public services level 2, level 3 over the last 3 years. And another one says, well, I've played Xbox a lot, and I've been a lifeguard, or I had a couple of different jobs kind of thing. I can absolutely tell you they'll go for the one that has done the public service course, because they appreciate the skills and the knowledge that we pass on to you. Okay, so again, opportunities could be sort of firefighter, police officer, paramedic, prison officer, probation officer, and various sorts of military roles, be these sort of operational, logistics, technical roles. Again, there are so many, there are dozens and dozens of different trades within the military. Okay, next slide, please, Sophie. Okay, then, so that's me done my bit.
Thanks,
any
Matt.
questions?
Well, I'll quickly have a look to see if we've had any questions. So I think we've had a couple. So we've had someone ask, can they study level 3 uniformed public services without studying level 2?
Yes, absolutely. Again, obviously, a lot of that will depend on what GCSEs the individual has got. For level 3 course, typically what we look at is a grade 4 in English language and 3 other GCSEs. Okay. Obviously, this year has been very much sort of teacher-centered grades kind of thing. So the advice I would give would be best behavior to the teachers, work hard, and achieve from that. But typically, if students don't meet the required sort of levels, they'll start off at level 2, which is a year. And so it's a year at level 2, and then it could be 2 years at level 3.
Great, thank you. So we've just had another one. So how much of the course is practical and how much of it is theory?
That's a difficult one to put a figure on. I would say if we put it in maybe percentage values, maybe this year has been different, but in a typical year, I would say maybe 60% theory, 40% practical. But again, we appreciate people learn in different ways. They don't want to be sat in a classroom for all of the week. So we do run, PT lessons each week. The leadership lessons will be outside, doing exercises. We do drill. We teach them how to march. We'll take them on map reading exercises. Maybe from here down to Southwold. Sometimes we'll go further afield as well. In previous years, like I say, they've been to Snowdon, down to Devon, various places around the country. So yeah, maybe 60-40 split, I would say.
Perfect, thank you. So we have had someone ask as well, this is kind of the same thing. So are there any exams at all?
We don't do exams as such. There's typically 9 units per year, and within each unit we'll have maybe sort of 3 to 4 assignments. Assignments can take different formats. They could be sort of reports or small essays, so not very, very long ones. They could be delivering presentations, a PowerPoint presentation or like a group discussion. Typically you'll be allocated, we'll give the teaching to you, and then you'll kind of sort of been released to get on with your own work, under sort of the guidance of the tutors. So there's no exams, there's no, you've got to maybe hit 60%, and typically there'll be a pass sort of level, and if you do go a little bit further, you will get a merit, and if you absolutely excel in a unit, you will get a distinction.
Great, thank you. So do students have the opportunity to get any work experience whilst on the course at all?
Yeah, again, obviously this year that has been obviously impacted by COVID. Matt Page, could maybe you come in a bit more with your sort of take on how work experience would maybe go next year?
Yeah, sure. I mean, work experience in the public services is quite difficult. In some of them, like the blue light services, etc. So what we try to do on the course is try and build in lots of experiences and engagement with employers and with industry. So like Matt was saying, the Look at Life courses where students will be down on the RAF bases. For example, they'll go and work with the fire service on a training day. We've done days training with the police before. So we build kind of interactions in with the different uniform public services because it's not traditionally an area where it's easy to get work experience in, if that makes sense.
Yeah, one other thing I could add to that, Sophie, obviously we do have like guest speakers coming as well. Only last week we had the inspector from Suffolk Constabulary actually come in and talk to both the level 2 and the level 3 groups. He spoke about how to become, special constables, PCSOs sort of thing. And he actually sat down with the group and they really seem to appreciate that. We do get, I would say probably the majority of our students are looking to go into the police, as opposed to the other forces. But, we can soon get, trips to fire stations, that sort of thing.
That's great, yeah. So obviously, I don't think we've mentioned it sort of in general, but what campuses are public services at?
As in around the country, do you mean?
No, just here. So do we offer it at Great Yarmouth and Lowestoft?
All right, yeah, no, it's just at the Lowestoft one.
Perfect, thank you. Just have a look. I think that might be all of the questions for this evening. Yep, that is. So thank you for joining us this evening. So if you haven't already applied, you can head over to our website. So that's just on the screen there. So www.eastcoast.ac.uk. You can take a look at all of the range of courses that we offer, as well as public services. If you find that you do have a question or you just need some help with applying, you can email us at hereToHelp@eastcoast.ac.uk, and a member of the team will get back to you as soon as they can. Thank you for joining us and have a great evening.